Hello YouTube. This is a response video for Tiffany Doll. Tiffany, I loved the video you did of Michael Jackson. I thought that was really cute. I always enjoy watching your videos, by the way. And thanks for mentioning me in your video. Anyway, I was watching the video and it seems like your video was a response to someone else's video, but you didn't enter the contest. So I went and I looked at the response. Well, I looked at the original video that you did a response for, and thought about entering the contest, and I said no. In the contest, it has something to do with where you're supposed to put on makeup and portray, I guess, your favorite star or idol or whatever. And the thing is that I do not know anything about makeup, so that would be kind of silly for me to do that. So I figured, well, instead of doing the response to her video, or entering the contest, I'll do a response to your video, Tiffany Doll. And I was sitting here trying to figure out, well, how can I do a good response to your video? And I figured, well, I'll do it like this. I'll tell you some stories, some personal experiences I've had in regards to Michael Jackson. All my life, people have always pointed to me and said that that guy looks like Michael Jackson. And I mean, across the board, ever since I was little. And I have to admit, when I was little, Michael Jackson was probably one of the first stars that I sort of gravitated to. Back in the 70s, most African American men, if they had long hair, they had the big, gigantic afro, and that's what I had. And because I had the afro and Michael Jackson had the afro, people would, say that, hey, that guy looks like one of the Jackson 5 or something to that effect. And, yeah, at the time, it was kind of cool because, I really idolized Michael Jackson. And then it kept happening all of my life. It's probably, I would say, it's been either Michael Jackson, Prince, or Terrence Trent D'Arby, or someone, some African American who has long hair. They usually say that I look like him, or I resemble him, or I remind them of him, or whatever. Personally, I don't think that I really look like Michael Jackson, or Prince, or Terrence Trent D'Arby, or Rick James, or any of these other guys. I think I'm pretty unique as I am. I think probably the only thing that I have in common with these people is the fact that I have long hair, and that's about it. But I am a fan of Michael Jackson. I remember a couple of weeks ago, I had just got through paying my car insurance, and I was about to get in my car and drive away, and I was actually running to my car because I wanted to hurry up and get home because I had to change to go to work. And as I was running, I almost tripped and fell, and some old lady saw me, and she looked at me and basically said, "That guy looks like Michael Jackson." I just had to laugh. It was like, oh well, I don't think I look like him. I just have the long hair, but I just sort of like laughed it off or whatever. Then a couple of weeks later, this is no lie. I was at my job, and one of the customers basically said, "Hey, you look like somebody. Do you know who you look like?" And of course, I said, "No, I don't know who I look like." "You look like MJ." And I was like, "Okay, whatever." And then the funny thing is that when you see little kids always tell the truth. they don't know how to hold things in, I guess. So if they see something a little out of the ordinary or whatnot, they tend to report it just the way they see it. And because I do not personally like facial hair that much, every now and then I'll grow a mustache and a goatee, but it's not really my thing, you know. And I tend to be androgynous. I've always said that. But a lot of little kids, when they first see me, they're like, "Is that a man or a woman?" And I think my voice is deep enough for people to understand that I am a man, right? But sometimes with little kids who are not used to seeing someone, with no facial hair, with long hair, it confuses them. And then when they finally, figure out that I am a male, when I start talking or whatnot, then comes the Michael Jackson thing, and it's more Michael Jackson than Prince. Um, Probably because right now, at least right now, Michael Jackson is so much in the news because of his death and whatnot. But regardless, I've always been a fan of Michael Jackson, and even when he was having problems with the accusations that he molested young boys and whatnot, I never. This is my alarm going off. Sorry about that. I don't feel like doing this video again, so bear with me. Anyway, even when he was going through the accusations that he was molesting young boys, I never believed that. I never really saw any real proof of that, and I always supported him in what he said. And personally, I think the people who are trying to accuse him, I think that they were just out for money. They was just trying to get some money from Michael. And I couldn't believe when I went to the bookstore how many new books about Michael Jackson that's come out in the past 2 months. And it's basically it's because he's dead, and people are trying to cash in on it and on his death and whatnot. But for me personally, I've always been a fan. I've always been a fan of Michael Jackson. I've always been a fan of Prince. I've always been a fan of Rick James. That's someone else who died that you know his death touched me too. I always been a fan of Rick James. I never saw Rick James in concert though. As strange as that is, I had planned to go see him next time. Before he died, I remember saying to myself, well, next time Rick James come to concert, I'm gonna go check him out. But he died before that happened. I think the last time he was in concert was he was in town the same time Prince was in town, and I had to choose between the two, and I chose Prince over Michael Jackson. So, but that's not to say I'm not a. Did I say Prince over Michael Jackson? I meant to say Prince over Rick James. Sorry. But that's not to say I'm not a Rick James fan. I've always been a Rick James fan too. Anyway, Tiffany Doll, love your videos. Love the video you just did. Love your videos. Period. I think you're very intelligent, and I always look forward to seeing your videos. So keep up the good work, and I'll still be here making videos myself. So until next time, love is the law, love on the will, and peace.